back in the day when you played your action RPGs on your console, your computer. I was into Torchlight 2 back in the day, and when I heard that Torchlight Infinite was coming to mobile devices and more, I was stoked. So I was really excited to work with Torchlight on this video. So thank you, Torchlight, for sponsoring today's video. So that was just a taste of what Torchlight Infinite has in store for us. The game is incredible. I played quite a bit of it, and as many of you guys know, I have another YouTube channel where I play a lot of Diablo Immortal, another game that's similar to this space, but they are both very, very different. And there's some key elements of Torchlight Infinite that stand out that I enjoy, maybe even more than some that I would see in the other game. Torchlight Infinite is a really beautiful game. It's bright, it's colorful, and it leaves you feeling good. You know, you feel like you're in a nice realm, a nice land, and you're not in a really dark and dungeony place. It's just a really nice feel to the game. On top of that, you have multiple hero options you can choose from. I believe we have 5 different heroes, including the Berserker, the Commander, the Space-Time Witness, Divine Shot, and Frostfire. Now, obviously, we all have our favorite heroes. I personally like your ground and pound type heroes. I'm typically a barbarian style. So the Berserker fits my play style the best, although sometimes you want to do some weird stuff and be the space-time witness because of some of the cool abilities that are used there. Really, whatever type of different heroes you're into, there is hero options. Fits that slot for you inside of this game. Now, I didn't even mention this earlier, but this is pretty exciting. We're talking about this being on mobile, right? Like, you know, I play all my games on my phone, but this is also available and going to be available on PC and on consoles as well. And it's all going to be tied together through TapTap. TapTap is used for your game accounts, but you can get savings that are available also on your Google account as well via TapTap, and take your progress with you, which is this, it's literally the new way to game. There's no reason now to not be able to play on your phone and then take that gameplay to another device as well. I'm really excited that Torchlight Infinite is doing that here with this game. It makes it just so much more playable. So we talked about the heroes. Let's talk about the classic feels. I mean, if you played Torchlight as a kid or when you were growing up, or maybe even you just found that game series recently and you've gotten into it recently and then realized, hey, another version, Torchlight Infinite, is coming out here on mobile as well as the other platforms. You know, it does give you that feel that you got in the past when you played. Torchlight 2 was my jam back in the day. I loved playing it. It was one of the first action RPGs that really came into my life, and one of the first ones that I really enjoyed. And now that I can get those same feels that I get from Torchlight 2 on Torchlight Infinite, it just is really cool and it brings me back. Now, when I say it brings me back, it's not bringing me back in a retro style where the game is like, you know, a 15 to 20-year-old game. No, but it does have a lot of that resonance that you have and a lot of the things that you think of and the feels that you have when you play the game, because it's in the same world, the same realm, the same type of gameplay. Although Torchlight Infinite is a completely new, rebuilt game, just another game in the series that's also being available on mobile. Gameplay is pretty sick, and one of my favorite things about Torchlight Infinite is the ability to have pets. Who doesn't want a pet running around and fighting alongside with them? That was one of my favorite things about the game from the days of old. Having your pet not only collect your stuff for you, like your bounty that you're leaving around, but also to actually battle alongside you, and being able to choose your pets and choose the mechanics of those pets and how they work with your character class really gives you another level of customization that some other games are just not offering right now. So I personally love pets. I think they add an element of fun to the game, a little bit more creativity, and just more options for you when you're playing an action RPG. So let's talk about the pay to win, you know, the elephant in the room. Action RPGs. Everyone believes action RPGs are pay to win, or that's the only way, but there is no pay to win mechanic inside of Torchlight Infinite. Inside of the game, there are no microtransactions that are touching any of the gameplay progression, so there's no paywalls whatsoever. You can get cosmetics, pets, and quality of life changes through microtransactions. There's no cutoff either. You can continuously play Torchlight Infinite as long as you want. You could play from when you wake up to when you go to bed. There's no cutoffs, there's no drop-offs in XP, there's nothing holding you back. There's no walls or gates that stop you from playing and from progressing and for doing it all for free. I hate energy systems inside of games where you have to pay for energy to continue playing. I just never understood why they were there. Well, I guess I do. They're there for the developers to make money for it, but I love it that that is not a mechanic inside of Torchlight Infinite. And honestly, as I'm sitting here, I'm getting more excited. I really want to bring more Torchlight content to the channel. I'd love to do more of it here, maybe even do some of it over on my Diablo Immortal channel as well. Let me know in the comments section below if you guys would be interested in watching that kind of content. And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for some of the best mobile gaming videos, and maybe more on Torchlight Infinite. Now, the times are early. The game is young and not even fully out yet, right? So something that's really cool is the development team behind the game. They're listening. They are really responsive to the community, and they are realizing, they are hearing what the community wants to see. Community doesn't like this, we can make some changes. Community likes that, we can do more of that. It's really great getting into a game and having your voice heard early on so that the changes that you really think are important can be heard and potentially even change inside of the game before it comes out. Because think of it, if you're developing a game, if you're someone that's making a game yourself, wouldn't you want the community to be accepting and the community to feel like they're heard? Well, the Torchlight Infinite team believes that, and they are there in that element. And that's something that's really great because you could feel like you're kind of part of the development process of the game. Now let's talk about trading inside of the game. You get stuff, you get resources, you get gear, you want to trade. Well, there is a duty-free trading system built into Torchlight Infinite. It means you're able to have this whole monetary transaction within the game, and it's all duty-free and it's all player-based inside of the game. This is really great because sometimes you'll pick up a piece of gear that you may not want anymore, or that you may not need, or some type of a gem or mechanic inside of the game that you don't need or don't want, or see that you can get some really good value for. Then you may want to throw that up on the duty-free market and get into that trading system. It's just another element of the game that's a lot of fun, another way to dive deeper into this action RPG. Now I know you're at the point in the video, you're like, Echo, where can I get more? Where do I get involved? So what you want to do is check out the description of this video, because in there is the link that you will need to get yourself more involved. Get into the hype, follow them on their socials so you can see exactly what's going on as the process comes and as the game develops. And also, you can start looking at some of my content to see what heroes might you want to play. Are you a ranged player? Are you someone that likes to wield magic? Are you someone that just likes to be bouncing off the walls and really hard to target? Or are you the tank like me that likes to run into the battle with my head down and just smash into people? Or monsters? Or creatures? Or other things that you may encounter inside of Torchlight. I hope you guys are as excited about this game as I am. I can't wait to dive into it on my phone on the daily. Remember to check the link in the description of this video and sub to the channel if you want to see more. Have a great day, guys, and be good.